Друзья, всем привет! Специальный выпуск на канале «Винный Маркин», и сегодня у нас специальный гость. Максенс Мадюи, прямиком из Франции, из Шампани. Это региональный директор по продажам бренда Billecart-Salmon. К сожалению, Матьё сегодня не будет присутствовать как представитель седьмого поколения семьи Billecart-Salmon, но, тем не менее, с Максенсом мы поговорим про историю хозяйства, про регион Шампань, про то вообще, как он воспринимает этот регион, проживая там и работая на Billecart-Salmon более 7 лет. Мы попробуем классическую линейку, которая будет состоять из кюве Ле Резерв, Ле Розе и Блан де Блан Гран Крю. И также я сделаю небольшую подставу для Максенса, подам ему одно шампанское вслепую, посмотрим, сможет ли он его угадать и вообще какая будет его версия. Учитывая, что Максенс у нас иностранный гражданин, то интервью мы будем проводить на английском, и я заранее прошу прощения за некоторые ошибки, которые я буду, скорее всего, допускать. Уровень английского у меня не A1, поэтому не судите строго, смотрите, наслаждайтесь, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь и пишите комментарии. Начинаем?
Yeah.
Окей, Максенс, thank you for coming. Спасибо за приезд.
Спасибо вам.
Да, Максенс разговаривает по-русски немного, поэтому у нас сегодня будет как минимум 3 языка, на которых мы будем разговаривать. Русский, английский и французский.
Да.
Вот. Ну, можно и по-немецки, наверное, и по-японски аригато. So, Maxence, thank you for coming. I told to my subscribers, for followers, that we have the special edition on my channel. And thanks for coming. You are the first champagne representative, because previously I was doing personal and using some bottles, and it's fantastic opportunity to have you here today, to have these bottles from your estate today. And as soon as I open the first bottle, please tell everyone about yourself. How have you came to the Billecart-Salmon?
Yeah.
Have you been working with other brands before in Champagne? Are you from Champagne originally? And how have you came to the working with the Billecart-Salmon?
Okay, thanks. Thanks for having me first. So my name is Maxence. I'm working with the Billecart family for the past 9 years now. I'm in charge of part of the European market, including Russia. So I'm in charge of Russia for the last 7 years, I think. I was born and raised in Champagne.
Super.
Yeah.
Which village?
Reims. really Reims. But
small village.
But I have family in the Champagne region, the Brice family in Bouzy. So I come from a family, Champagne family, of course. Thank you. And yeah, I've been living in Reims for the past almost 40 years now, and I'm really happy to be with the Billecart family. This is a big adventure. I've started 9 years ago. And I'm in Russia for the past 2 days now, as I have family in Russia as well. So I spend 1 month every year for the summer in Russia. And I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to be in Moscow. The weather is better now.
It's better than in Champagne.
It's better than in Champagne.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now it's a period when you can leave the Champagne for even a month.
Yeah.
Because everything is okay, everything is ripening.
Yes. So in my job, I mean, I'm not in charge of the vineyard, as you know. But now everything is quiet. We are waiting for the harvest that is coming very early this year, probably end of August. We are thinking of beginning between the 25th and the 27th of August, so really early. So no, this is earlier and earlier. If you compare the last 20 years to the past 50s. But yeah, we adapt.
Okay, I've checked your social media account, and I found the first posts that you had with Laurent Perrier.
Yeah.
Have you been working with them, or
Yes.
is just your favorite, one of the favorite
No,
brands?
I've been working for Laurent Perrier for 5 years, almost 5 years. So it was 10 years ago. So my first experience in Champagne. And before that, I was a headhunter, so really nothing to do with the champagne. I'm a champagne lover since the beginning. My grandpa told me everything about wine and champagne.
Have you got the champagne, the drop of champagne?
Of course,
Okay.
and I still got the picture. I have the picture. Me at almost 2 with the drop of champagne. And
What was this champagne?
I probably Dutz, because my grandfather was drinking a lot of Dutz. So might be that, or maybe Larmandier as well, because Guy Larmandier was a friend of my grandparents.
Super, fantastic. So besides of the champagne, what are your hobbies, and what is the balance for you with the champagne, or the champagne for you is 100% of your time?
Obviously, it's not 100%, but it's a big part. I like to spend time with my family first. This is really important to me. I'm a big plane lovers, plane and watches. This is really about it. So I started to learn how to fly a year ago. So it's almost finished. Maybe in August I will pass my test.
You've got the license.
For the license, the private license.
Fantastic.
And the watches. I love watches.
Okay, so what's your favorite brand of the watches? Because very soon I would have the video on the channel with some watches collector and.
This is a really hard question, because of course I love a lot of different watches. Old watches, new watches, but I really love Breguet, which was one of the first watchmaker. Really important to me. It makes sense to me for having a Breguet, and also Audemars Piguet. I love that brand so much. They're really a big watchmaker. I mean, not big in quantity, but very super high quality, and I love it.
What's the model do you have today?
I have a different one today. I have an old Omega from 61. So it's a Geneva model with the original bracelet, which is in a very good condition. I bought this watch in Reims to a friend 2 or 3 years ago. And I only wear it while I'm on holiday. So,
So it's a quite specific model.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
61. It was a really nice vintage, I think, in Champagne as well.
Yes, it was. Actually, it was one of the 2 vintage we won the Champagne of the Year, or the Champion of the Millennium with Billecart. Was 59 and 61. So top 1 and 2 champagne, best champagne of the world at the time. Big tasting made by Richard Julien in 99. And really helped the house to get known all over the world at the time.
And what was the second vintage?
59. So the first one was 59,
and 61,
and 61 was the second one.
Okay. Yeah. And no more since the 61?
Or it was... Yeah. We of course we did. So it was Nicolas François, the base of Nicolas François. It was not called Nicolas François at the time, so it's a base of 60% Pinot Noir and 40% Chardonnay, all Grand Cru. But the results were 59 and 61.
Okay. Yeah. Now we get the first QA, and as soon as we receive some champagne in the glasses, why have you selected the Billecart-Salmon to work with?
Why did I?
Yeah, why did you switch from the Laurent Perrier to the Billecart-Salmon?
Because they asked me. first of all,
and because they offered something. I think.
Yes. So when I wanted to start with the champagne business, I had an interview with Alexandre Bader, which is my general manager right now. But at the time, I had no experience in the champagne, and he told me, "Okay, but you're a very nice guy, but I think you have to get experience in champagne first." So I did experience elsewhere at Laurent Perrier, and then he called me back 5 years after that and told me, okay, now you can come. And I came.
Yeah, that's one more time it's showing that in Champagne everyone can wait.
Exactly.
They can wait when the champagne is measured, then can wait for the lease contract, and 5 years for offering one more time. It's cool.
Actually, it's the same time that this very cuvée, Le Réserve, waits to be released on the market.
Okay.
We do So we do now 50 months minimum aging on lees, plus another 6 months after disgorging. So now this is not the last one. This is again Brut Réserve, but now we have Le Réserve.
Yeah.
So this is base 19, and now
and that is the final release when it's called Brut Reserve.
Exactly, and we switch to Le Réserve with the base 20.
But have you switched it just the name, or
No.
have you switched the assemblage and you changed
of course not.
the grapes and
Yeah, it's a lot of things. The first one is the origin of the grapes. So we use 40% of around 40% of meunier to make Le Réserve.
Yeah.
That meunier, we had a lot of meunier coming from very far from the estate in the Vallée de la Marne. And when Mathieu Billecart, so 7th generation, our actual president, when he started with Billecart in 2017, he cut more than 40 hectares of meunier coming far from the estates. And now our meunier are coming from the very beginning of the Vallée de la Marne, Levrigny, Festini, Venteuil, Damery, Ménilus, Thiers, at the very beginning. So now we are gathering grapes in a circle of 20-25 kilometers around the estates, meaning Meunier, Pinot Noir, and Chardonnay.
You have only one winery. You don't have the second facility.
No, we have one winery. Everything is made at Billecart. We gather all the grapes, we press, and we do everything right in Mareuil-sur-Aille, in the very center of.
And what's the surface do you have now for the brand?
We work on more than 300 hectares. So a third of it we own. So this is 100 hectares of the Billecart family. This is organic certified, and we now have around 15 hectares worked with biodynamie, with the help of Jérôme Brotteau, very well-known wine producer in France from the Loire Valley. Another 100 hectares we buy. And another one we just rent the vineyard, but we are working with our team. So we are in control of more than 200 hectares. This is the main point.
Yeah, I understand. So it's usually when we have the technical information about your domain, about your house, you have always mentioned. So it's approximately 100 hectares own vineyards, and around 300 in total.
Yeah, exactly.
And the main vineyard that you are, I think, happy of is the Clos Saint-Hilaire.
Yeah, of course.
Or you have something more specific?
No, the Clos Saint-Hilaire is really a part because it's in the very center of the estate. We are lucky enough to have one of the 11 original Clos in Champagne. Now there is more than 35. Yeah. Each time we say there is 32, and then there's another guy telling you that it's 35. I don't know. But originally there was 11.
One more claw in some history books and all this stuff.
So that parcel was planted in 64 by Monsieur Jean. Monsieur Jean is the 5th generation. So it's Jean-Roland Billecart. And he is now 102 years old, still living right in the middle of the estates.
I thought you will say right in the middle of Clos Saint-Hilaire. It would be wonderful.
Very close.
To have the house inside of the vineyard.
Yeah, so he has the brilliant idea to plant Pinot Noir at the time in 64. And since 95, we do a separate fermentation and vinification for the Clos Saint-Hilaire, and we do a very specific cuvée that is called Clos Saint-Hilaire, so named after the saint patron of the village. This is 100% Pinot Noir, and it's 15 years aging minimum on this.
Okay.
So very specific.
Unfortunately, we are not tasting this today.
Not today. You have to come to France.
Yeah. But one day we will definitely taste it.
Sure.
So your signature cuvée, is this the Le Réserve and ex Brut Reserve, or is there another cuvée?
I mean, the signature cuvée is probably the Rosé, which is the kind of flagship of Billecart. But the main cuvée remains Le Réserve, and it's really important to us because it's the first contact that people and customers are with Billecart, with Le Réserve. So we really worked hard on that cuvée for the past 7-8 years now with the work of Mathieu and Florentis, our chef de cave, that was named chef de cave in 2017, along with Mathieu, named CEO at the time. So very nice team that started together. And Le Réserve, so there is many change, as I started to explain, with the origin of the grapes, but there is more aging, so 50 months instead of 36 before. So more aging mean more evaluated champagne with more flavors, so it's more interesting. Less sugar as well. So everything at Billecart now is extra brut. So between 0 and 5.
So that is why you decided to take off the brut
from the front label. Yeah. Okay. So every back labels now are extra brut. So between 0 to 5, as I mentioned. So depending on of course the harvest of the disgorging, we adapt the dosage. We have a very specific winery for the dosage with 50 tanks, and we use it to adapt the dosage to each cuvée at Billecart.
So now we are having it. This cuvée is the 100% steel, stainless steel.
It's not. It's not. There is a little part of wood vinification. That is one of the other things we changed. Sorry. So there is around 8 to 9% of wood vinification in Le Réserve now.
But this wood vinification, it goes for the reserve wines or for the main vintage?
It goes for the main vintage. Yeah. So we do first cold fermentation with the barrels, as we do for the tanks with the tanks. And we do a mix, yes. And also in Le Réserve, there is a bigger part of reserve wine. So in the new Le Réserve version, so the 2020 base, there is more than 70% of reserve wine, and half of it is coming from a Réserve perpétuelle, right?
Okay.
So the oldest vintage we have in Le Réserve now, if we speak about the base 20, is 2006. So you have 30% of 20, then you have 70% of a mix of a Réserve perpétuelle and different vintages.
But the main question, if we speak about the Réserve perpétuelle, it's the main speech in the wine community. Salera and Réserve perpétuelle.
Yeah.
So you fill the Réserve perpétuelle not every year and not with the same grapes, right?
Exactly.
So you select what to put inside of this vat,
yeah.
And it's not as the Salera with the Anselme Celos, which is filled up every year with the same grapes, and it's different approaches, but almost the same if you are not the professional.
Yeah, we let's say we adapt. Of course, we fill it every year because we have a lot of grapes and we can do it at Billecart.
But you select anyway.
We select anyway because 1 year you can have a parcel from Ménil-sur-Oger that is great, and the year after it's less great, and we prefer to add another parcel of Verzenay, let's say. So yeah, we adapt the Réserve perpétuelle.
So now we are having two cuvées which are Les Réserves and Blanc de Blanc, but they are quite old. So we can say they're more matured because they have been disgorged a few years ago.
Yeah.
And we have them more balanced, more fruity, more buttery, with some that's why I asked about the stainless steel, because when you taste this cuvée, you sense some oaky and some spiciness inside. So the new cuvées, if the customer would take like the fresh disgorgement, would they be same by the taste, or they be more crispy and more fresh?
It's different. It's more fresh. Let's say.
So the style with the name also changed.
Yeah, it changes a little bit. We don't want big changes, but we want improvements. We want the wine to be better and better every year. So we work on the final. We work on the balance on the mouth. So really the wood helps for the balance. Just adding some percentage of wood. You won't feel woody notes in Le Réserve. You will feel it in Le Sous-Bois, of course, which is a cuvée 100% made with oak barrels.
That's the only one cuvée with 100%, or
there is the Clos Saint-Hilaire as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have we call it savoir-faire. We have 4 savoir-faire at Billecart. So savoir-faire wood vinification. You have a non-vintage version for each savoir-faire and the vintage version. So the non-vintage is Le Sous-Bois and the vintage version is Clos Saint-Hilaire. As for Le Réserve with Nicolas François, which is the savoir-faire of assemblage. Savoir-faire of Blanc de Blanc. With Blanc de Blanc, the one we try, and Louis Salmon, and the savoir-faire of Rosé, which is a big savoir-faire at Billecart with Le Rosé and Elisabeth.
Okay.
Right?
We will speak about some other cuvées a bit later, but now we have the Blanc de Blanc Grand Cru. Yeah. That is the ex-vintage Blanc de Blanc, right?
It's not. The vintage Blanc de Blanc now is called Louis Salmon.
Okay.
So it's a non-vintage Blanc de Blanc.
So previously you had only one Blanc de Blanc, right?
Yes.
So that was the.
Oh, we had a vintage Blanc de Blanc. I don't know when we started it. Probably in the 90s, and it was called just Blanc de Blanc with the vintage on it. And we actually found the name for that cuvée, so Louis Salmon.
And you decided to split almost like one cuvée into different cuvées.
No, we
not. I mean, like the idea inside, but to have 2 Blanc de Blancs. Or it was another idea?
No, it was another idea. It was another idea. The name was so Louis Salmon is the first winemaker of the house. He was the brother of Elisabeth, and but we forgot that with the time. And when we did the 200th anniversary for Billecart, we had an historian that came in the house and worked on the archive. And he found out that the first winemaker of the house was Louis Salmon. So we had a cuvée Blanc de Blanc vintage with no names, and it was clear that the name of Louis Salmon should be given to that specific cuvée.
But anyway, on the market sometimes you can find the bottles of the Blanc de Blanc
vintage.
Yes,
because it was the oldest.
2004 was the last one.
The last one, exactly. And we changed in 2006. So we had a probably the half of the production called Blanc de Blanc 2006, and the other half Louis Salmon. So if you ever find a bottle of 2006 without the Louis, it's like a collector.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to suggest to all the viewers and all the followers, to be more curious and to find sometimes some bottles which you don't have now as the cuvée, as the part of the original line of the champagnes that you produce, but which existed sometimes. So Blanc de Blanc with the vintage, it's not the fake, it's X. So I think it's not the X some cuvée, it's just non-existing cuvée anymore. Yeah,
exactly.
So Blanc de Blanc, 100% Chardonnay.
100% Chardonnay from the Côte des Blancs, very important to us. So we select the same villages every year. So this is Ménil-sur-Oger, Chouilly, Cramant, and Avize. The percentage changes.
So you do not take Auger and Oiry.
So we don't take Auger, but we can take Huari as well, depending on the year, on the base. But Huari more often goes to Louis Salmon. So we have a lot of parcels in Côte des Blancs. And every year we select the best parcel we can for this Blanc de Blanc, and we adapt the percentage every year. So it can vary from a base to another. The main important thing is that we want a really crisp Blanc de Blanc, really fresh. It's really an aperitif wine at Billecart. With big tension. We like it that way.
But I would say that this Blanc de Blanc is quite balanced. So it's not that crispy as
it's
the
another
100%. But if we take the fresh one, it would be more more acidic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because that one, if I may, I think so. Disgorgement is from 18, so it's probably base.
No, disgorgement is supposed to be 23. That is the tirage.
Tirage
for the 18.
Okay, so it's base 17. So now we are selling the base 18. So there is another 2 year in aging in bottles. So of course it changes a little bit, and it's more balanced. You can start to feel different aromas, like buttery notes. Maybe I don't know. I have yellow fruits as well.
Baked apples.
Yes.
Baked pears.
Yeah.
Will you say that the champagnes taste differently in a state for sure, and the bottles that we have here?
Oh yeah, you mean the aging?
No, I mean the taste and the aromas. So like
I don't think so.
They have been distributed. They have been delivered, and
I don't think so. I think the taste really depends on the place you are, the people you are with, and the glass. So probably 50% of the work is made by the glass. If you have a narrow glass, you won't feel the same aromas than with this specific glasses. And of course, the temperature, the people you are with, the mood of the day changes a lot. The way you feel champagne.
Do we have nice glass now?
Yeah, we have nice glass. We have nice guys. I think
nice temperature. We are almost in the cellar.
Yeah, but that's perfect.
Okay. Do you have your specific glassware for the Billecart?
Yeah, we are working with some glass companies at the estate. We use Lehmann glasses for the regular tastings. We also have a Super Leggero from Riedel for the Grand Cuvée. We like it as well, and we do a lot of tries of different glasses.
And I would say that you would have one of the best carafes and decanters that I have ever seen.
It's super nice.
It's I think it's really the best. Maybe not for some sommeliers and for some wine lovers, #1 decanter for the champagne. But anyway, it's a bottle-shaped decanter.
Exactly.
It's quite heavy that you couldn't smash it when you put it in the cooler or in the basket, in the bucket or on the table. Yeah. And sometimes I use the Zalto and Sidonius decanter, but you have this fantastic
I love the Zalto and the Sidonius, but they are very fragile, as you know. And this one, you can bring it with you. I bring it along when I'm on holiday. It's super easy to move, and you don't break it. So yeah, and the shape is really nice. There is a lot of people asking for this decanter.
Me as well. I still didn't got the one for home use. So do you suggest decanting each cuvée, or it's created for some specific occasions and cuvées?
I think decanting a cuvée first depends on the people. There is some people that likes to decant and some other not. I'm more in the non-decanting part, but sometimes it helps. It really helps the wine to get some oxygen to be revealed. I use it. I can use it for sous-bois sometimes. Old sous-bois. I love it with the decanter, and of course you can use it with Nicolas François. You can use it with Clos Saint-Hilaire, but with Clos Saint-Hilaire, I have a different approach. I like to open the bottle like 2-3 hours before. Just take a very small glass to bring the oxygen inside the bottle, and just wait for 2-3 hours, and of course pour it at the right temperature, which is for Clos Saint-Hilaire between 12 and 13 degrees.
So
in my
because
opinion.
it's 15 years of aging,
Yeah.
and I also suggest when you have the specific champagne, which is long aged, long kept on the lees, or long matured in the bottle, not to chill it to 7 or 8. So it's not the regular brut. So it's better to go a bit higher on the temperature to reveal all the aromas and the taste.
It's a fantastic wine. It's really, there's a lot of different aromas, and if you want to feel everything, you really need to take the time to taste it, and you can also taste it at different temperature. That's what I like to do. Starting maybe at 10-11, you will feel more white and yellow fruits, and then you move to 11, 12, 13 degrees, and you start to feel mushroom. You start to feel truffle, black truffle, spices. I love spices in wine, and we have a lot in Clos Saint-Hilaire, like cinnamon, cardamom. There's a lot of spices.
Okay, super. So we move to the Le Rosé.
Yeah.
Still, it's a brut rosé. It's the old version.
Yeah, but I think I don't know the base of that.
The base is 20.
20. So if the base is 20, it's already, there's already less sugar on that one, probably around 5 and 5 to 6, let's say, and the new one is less than 5. Rosé is a grand story at Billecart. So Monsieur Jean found out the recipe of the rosé back in the late 50s. So we do a red wine out of different plots in Mareuil-sur-Aï, Aï, Bouzy, in the Montagne de Reims. So great, so vineyard we love with small fruits, very intense. So we do a red wine out of it, very delicate red wine. And we add around 7 to 8% of that red wine to a blend of Chardonnay, Meunier, and Pinot Noir.
Here is the Chardonnay is the main, right?
On that one, yes,
just slightly,
slightly
over the Pinot Noir. Okay. So it's if you first done the rosé in 50s, so it's quite old, and it's almost like one of the first rosés.
Yeah. I think the first one was around 59, 60. It was a different wine at the time. I mean, not in the way we did it, but the way the people were receiving it was different. At the time, the rosé was the bad rosé from south part of France. I mean, it was not very popular, and it was really hot to sell for the first, let's say, 25 to 30 years. So we started to sell rosé really in the 90s with the help of the new team with Alexandre Bader and François Roland Billecart, the 6th generation. They had the idea to put the rosé in some palace, 5-star, 3 Michelin star restaurants everywhere in the world, and finding my words.
You can tell it in French, so you know. No, but I would honestly say that your rosé is mostly number one rosé, which I suggest, because for me, and when I do some wine classes and champagne classes, it's a bit tricky to teach and to give the understanding of the rosé champagne, because you have, first of all, 2 or I would say, three methods: so saignée, maceration, and assemblage.
Yeah.
And I would say that the best rosé, if we speak about the first rosés, about like first 100 rosé for the wine lover, I would say that the négociants making rosé better than the récoltants, because it's more friendly. It's for bigger market, and I usually suggest to start with your champagne, probably with a Bollinger, and I would say Louis Roeder. So
I don't know about if it's better or not better. I think this is the way we love to do it. This is the way we love to drink it, because just keep in mind that we are the first Billecart drinker at Billecart. We drink it almost every day. So
what's the percentage of your production is drunk in the estate?
I don't know about that, but there is some bottles that we...
I have this question. So what is the biggest market? So you would say the family and the team.
It's not the biggest market, but of course we love our products. I think this is the main point of every business. If you want to sell good, you have to love it. You have to trust in it, and we really trust in Billecart and in our bottles. This is really about it at Billecart. We want to improve and improve and improve. This is the only thing that is in mind of Mathieu Billecart. He's the 7th generation. He has the charge of giving the house, the keys of the house to the 8th generation in a better condition than he found it. And I assure you that he found it in a very good condition from the 6th generation. So
he's the 8th generation is ready for the upcoming.
Mathieu just arrived, so let's give him the time.
Yeah, he came like 8 years ago. So
yes.
So, he need to get 30, 40 years of...
He's around 40.
Okay, okay, fantastic. But I would tell that your official website is starting with a rosé.
Yeah.
So why so?
Because this is really the flagship. This is really the cuvée that helped Billecart to get known all over the world. Billecart, if we go back to the early 90s, Billecart was we produced less than 500,000 bottles. Now it's more than 2. So we are in this between 2 and 2.5 million bottles every year.
And the main production is
the reserve. Okay. Yes, but the rosé really helped us with.
This is number 2 by the
This
quantity?
is number 2. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We don't really speak about. Oh no, this is a really small. The Blanc de Blanc is really a small percentage of the production. But the
Brut Nature is the number 3.
So we don't have any more Brut Nature. We stopped the Brut Nature and the vintage along with the Le version, Le Réserve, Le Rosé. So everything that went to Brut Nature and vintage goes now to Le Réserve.
So it's increased.
So we increased. It was first in Grand Cru, and so we increased the quality of Le Réserve. Now you have around 85% of Premier and Grand Cru in Le Réserve, which is a huge amount for let's say base wine for a champagne house.
Huge amount of reserve wines. So it's I think just maybe 5 houses who use big amount of reserve wines. And I also usually suggest for the customers who want to try the champagne and who are afraid of the acidity and of the freshness of this acid taste, to take the reserve champagnes because they're a bit sweeter, not because of the sugar, but because of the reserve wines, which are balanced, which are vinos, and
it's more balanced. Exactly.
Okay, so today we have 3 cuvées, but in general you have quite a huge line, and
we have 8. We have 8 different cuvées, so 4 savoir-faire split in 2 versions: a non-vintage version and vintage version, as I explained. And there's a little cuvée on the side which is called rendezvous. Rendezvous. So rendezvous is a rendezvous we gave to customer once a year in September generally. This is a very specific tank or 2-3 barrels that we vinified apart, and
this has a cuvées with the numbers or
with the numbers. Yes, so rendezvous number 1, number 2, and so
why is there all of them there with the numbers and only number 5 is sunk?
Because of a big brand that you know yeah,
that is why.
Get it?
So they can sue you.
We just didn't want any problem with them. So
wow.
Yeah. So we took care of not copying them. Their
wow. I first thought that you have the specific abbreviation of the song, but now that's I got it. You know, it's because I know another brand who is doing the cuvées with the number 1, number 2, and so on, and they have number 5. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
We love them, so
yeah. I have the question for the cuvée, which is the anniversary, because as most of our viewers would know very soon, that the estate is started at 1818, and for the vintage 2018, you decided to make the anniversary
called Cuvée 200. It was a very specific wine made out of 96% of Pinot Noir and 4% of Chardonnay. It was a blend of different vintages. I think there was a little bit of Clos Saint-Hilaire 03 inside also.
But it's the multi-vintage, or is
it's a multi-vintage. It's a multi-vintage, and we only produced 1818 magnums and 118 girograms, all numbered, and everything.
So no regular bottles.
No, just magnums and girograms. So if you're lucky enough to find one, because of course we sold everything in like a month at the time, and so now it's really hard to get. But I have some friends that had the brilliant idea to buy it at the time, and but now is a good time to drink it if you have it in your cellar.
So it's almost 10 years after disgorge?
Yes. We had one magnum with some friends and a colleague like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was delicious, really delicious, and really the wine started to reveal itself after 10 years. I know it's a long time to wait, but it's all about it, right?
Have you had some super party in 2018?
Yes, we had a big party. So
it was the second year you've been working with a
yes, exactly. I just arrived at end of 16, so it was more than a year that I was working with the family, and this really was a family party. So we first had an employee party with importers on the first day, and on the second day it was all about friends, customers, and family. So we could have our wife and husband, the children, and everyone that wanted to come. It was just crazy. We had more than 3,000 people. We opened like hundreds of magnums. Every cuvée was open all in magnums.
Wow.
Even the 1818, we did a specific production for that day. It was amazing.
There are some people who signed to work with the Billecart, so like for 2 days to to be invited for this party.
No. we only had regular guests and customers, people that trusted in Billecart years before. But it was an amazing day.
Super. Maxence, can I ask you for a favor? Can you empty one of the glasses?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll probably
because
empty the reserve.
We have not 3 bottles, but we have the one more, and I explained it to my viewers and our viewers and followers that we have the blind tasting for you.
Okay.
So, do you like the blind tastings?
I love blind tastings.
Okay.
But don't judge me, right?
Oh, you know, that's not about any specific things inside. So, like, if you don't pick this wine, we are not working with the Billecart anymore. But it's just for fun.
Thank you.
Because blind tastings, they are quite popular now. Everyone loves to do this with different ideas inside, and for me, it's I would say that's champagne. That's champagne for sure.
That is champagne. There is no many sugar, that's for sure as well. I'd say there's probably a good quantity of Pinot Noir inside.
Do you like the temperature for this?
Yeah, it's perfect. Temperature is perfect. It's really hard. Really hard.
Let's start with the simple questions. Do you like this?
Yeah, it's really good.
Do you agree that is champagne?
I think it's not champagne.
It's not champagne?
I don't know.
Okay. We had I came back from the Krasnodarsky region a week ago, and we had the final gala dinner in the Levkadia Valley. Do you know this brand, the Nikolaev and Sons?
Yeah.
And we had the blind tasting of their cuvées. Most of them were not the regular cuvées, but also aged, and some with the older vintages and older releases. And we had the champagne in pairs, and we had 6 pairs, champagne and Nikolaev's sparkling, and the results are quite interesting. So we decided to make it once again in Moscow on 2nd of August, and it's not the idea of promoting and saying that the Russian sparklings are new champagne, because some people say that English sparklings are new champagne. And what do you think about the Russian sparkling wines?
I love some. So I didn't try a lot of Russian sparkling wine, but as I'm coming in Russia for the past 13 years now, I tried some, and not only sparkling, of course. I tried some Russian white and red wines. There's a lot of interesting wines. Of course, it's very different. I mean, sparkling Russian wine is different from Italian or from French wine. But in my opinion, every region is really interesting in its way. And the most important thing is what you asked me. You like it or not? This is really the first question about wine.
Do you have any Russian sparkling wine that you like? It's like the first one.
The one I tried more is Abrao d'Urso, of course. Other than that, I don't really recall the names of the Russian sparkling wine.
Okay.
But I tried some. I did some pairings in Moscow restaurants like Twin Gardens, Beloy Klodik, and some others. And the pairings were really good. But as you know, when you do pairings, there is 8 to 9 different wines with the lunch. So don't really remember.
Now, this one is not Russian.
It's not Russian. Okay. Could we say it's a zero dosage or a very low dosage?
It's very low dosage.
Yeah.
Is this the vintage or non-vintage?
I think it's a non-vintage. I think it's not brand new, but it's not that old. I might say the wine has maybe 5 to 8 years.
What's the price? Price range.
Good question. I'd say, I don't know, 70 to 80 euros.
I would love to have this champagne for 70 or 80 euros.
Yes?
Euros.
I don't know.
You ready?
Yeah.
Мы не будем спрашивать, что вы думаете находится внутри этой бутылки.
Oh. Now I know what's it. Wow. Really tastes different way.
In blind?
Yeah. Yeah.
У нас Николя Франсуа Белькар 2012 года.
Amazing.
Sorry for doing this. I know that it's a bit tricky to give the champagne that you are working with. Maybe, you know, you're not waiting to spot this in blind, but for me, I was curious because I haven't tried this vintage previously, and as I understand, that is the most fresh, the freshest release of the Nicolas François.
It's a brand new, really brand new release. Very low dosage. So that's for sure. And
Pinot Noir is
Pinot Noir, 60% Pinot Noir and 40% Chardonnay. And this is not. If you compare to the oldest one, this one is there's some changes, and some of the changes come from the dosage. We really worked hard on the dosage, which gave very specific aromas on the final mouth. Like I told you about spices, and there's a lot of spices inside. But yeah, very surprising because tastes different than in the estate. So for the moment, I only tried it like 2 or 3 times. It was in the different glasses in the Riedel one. So the flavors are quite different in that glass. But I can tell about the Pinot Noir, of course, and the low dosage. Really interesting.
So we came up to the low dosage. Is this the way to balance the weather conditions, which are now quite hot, or maybe I'm wrong that it's getting warmer and warmer in Champagne? So you are lowering the dosage because of this, or it's just the idea of be in the market and it's like the new way of production?
We lower the dosage because we seek for freshness, and we seek for a good balance, and we think that dosage shouldn't take over the wine. This is really important to us. So this is the reason why we created this very specific winery for the dosage. So it's not really an adaptation for the weather. There is some other adaptation in the vineyard, which is the right place to do some changes. But it's more about the style of the wine and the way we like it.
But in general, speaking of the weather conditions, it's getting warmer. So, like, can you remember your first year working with the Billecart-Salmon, and now are you struggling? What is going on with the weather, or you have the easy way to control this?
There's no easy way in agriculture. Anyway, I mean, the temperature, disease, everything. Getting a good fruit is really hard anyway. So we do a lot of change in the way we grow vineyard. We have to adapt. We have to adapt with the sun. So that's true that it's hotter. It's getting hotter in Champagne. If you compare the last 20 harvest to if you go back to beginning of the last century and you compare it now, we do harvest between 15 and 20 days earlier than 100 years ago. I mean, if you do statistics, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And what about the alcohol? Is now, I don't know, maybe in the region is quite calm regarding the alcohol question, but I've spotted some 13.5 and I think even 14 in some champagnes. So is it allowed by the committee to get higher alcohol for some vintages or some cuvées, or it's already signed?
There is a scale. There is rules. You have to be in between some figure for champagne. For now, there is no specific. They didn't change it for now, and it really depends on the time you harvest. So you can. Because in Champagne, there's a first day you can harvest and not before, but you can adapt your harvest in 2 or 3 weeks. So there are people that are harvesting very early. Some other very at the very end. I have friends that do late harvest. This is really about adapting. So we do we choose parcel to plot different. We adapt for each parcel the harvest time, of course.
Okay. Yeah. So it's because it's tricky because previously we had only one number in the mind, so it's 12.5, sometimes 12, but I already received some pictures from the followers and viewers that they drank some champagne 13.5, and the last question there was from it was my question to the producer, because he put on the market extra brut, which is 7 grams dosage on the label, and I asked him like, why have you labeled this as the extra brut? He said that he got 6 and 6 inside, and it's allowed.
So there is this is tricky. This is the reason why at the back on the back label of our bottles,
we have this My Origin.
Yeah, we have this My Origin, and now with the My Origin, you can have the sugar. So the sugar we put, and you also have the total sugar. Nobody does that. We do it because there is no big difference at Billecart between the sugar we put and the total sugar.
Yeah. So you receive some free sugar from the Vin Clair.
Exactly. Yeah, and depending on the time you harvest, you can have residual sugar very high. So this is probably the reason why your wine, the wine you were speaking of. If the guy puts 6 grams, okay, it's an extra brut. But if there is 1.5 gram of residual sugar, there is 7.5 in the end. And for the customer, you put extra brut on the bottle, but you have a 7.5, and 7.5 is not the extra brut, is a brut. So this is the reason why we put everything on our.
But I thought that it's anyways calculated, and it's measured the category by the total sugar. Not
that story is strange. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to dig probably.
Yeah, I'm digging with this producer, but he's quite quite close and not so open as the Billecart-Salmon when I speak with you and I speak with Mathieu sometimes, because with some producers it's really too complicated to receive some information. I'm not speaking about some secrets of assemblage of some plots and all this stuff, but when you ask, like, you have the 7 grams mentioned on the label and you put extra brut, so like.
Anyway, in our world, you have to be the more transparent you can with customers. Obviously, you won't tell everything about the recipes, how to make champagne. But people really want to know about sugar. They want to know about the blend. They want to know when it's disgorged, everything. So we think we need to be transparent. So that's what we do with the My Origin.
Super. We have, I think, the last block is the blitz blitz questions. You can ask quite short. You can ask widely. So when you're in the restaurant and when you have the wine list and there is no Billecart-Salmon, do you go out or you select another champagne?
I often select a different champagne. I love champagne. I told you.
Yeah, I remember this. So what would be if we say you have the wine list, there is all the brands but no Billecart-Salmon.
Yeah.
What will you pick?
Probably pick either Alexandre Lamblot, which is one of my favorite producer. Probably also Etienne Calsac. I love the way he do champagne. Also Nicolas Maillard. I really love Nicolas Maillard. Jérôme Dehour in the Vallée de la Marne. I love his wine. If you ask in the Côte des Blancs, so yes, Etienne Calsac. I will also go to maybe l'Armandie Bernier. I love. In Montagne de Reims, probably Marie-Noël Ledru. Yeah, I love the style.
You have a great taste, I would say that.
But we drink a lot of champagne.
Okay, what is the best pair for the champagne in general?
The best pair? The pairing?
Yeah.
I love champagne without anything because, in my opinion, this is really the way you can feel all the aromas. 1 hour before eating, just this is the time the palate is the more open, and I like it that way. If you ask me to pair with something, probably scallops.
Fresh or grilled?
No, fresh scallops, like a carpaccio of scallops.
Straight from the shelf.
Straight. Yeah.
Super.
Raw.
Okay, the best glass for the champagne. Like the universal one.
Yeah, in my opinion, the lemon homage, the homage lemon. I mean, for our champagne, this is the best combo.
Okay, sabrage or not?
No sabrage.
You hate this, or you just?
I don't hate this. I don't like this. And there is a way to open a bottle of champagne. I like the normal way. Yeah.
Okay. What is your must-try champagne? So, like, for the person who never tried champagne, what is this one bottle that you suggest?
Le rosé Billecart-Salmon. Just try it.
Okay, I think that's the answer on all the questions, and I think we've done the really good time. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your champagnes. I know that you are more responsible for the sales and for the market, but thank you for your team and for your house for this great 4 cuvées that we had today.
We have a great team.
All other cuvées that we have. So, cheers and salute.
Cheers. На здоровье.
Друзья, на этом мы заканчиваем. Традиционно ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь, пишите комментарии, пейте Billecart-Salmon, приезжайте в Шампань, путешествуйте и всего вам самого замечательного. А мы пошли допивать.
Большое спасибо.
Спасибо.